Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into this video on how to swap a choke ring antenna with a sign mount. So first we need to take our dome off. This is a sign dome, and in order to take this dome off, we have a series of screws that are holding this dome on all the way around. And it is a Security Torx 25. The screwdriver is a T25H by 100. And this works to remove all the screws, nice and easy. And if necessary to remove the base plate, there are screws that hold the base plate onto the lower part of the sign mount, and it's the same screwdriver. So set those screws aside, and we'll gently slide the dome off. Forgot a screw. And sometimes these can be a little sticky. You can just go around the edge. There we go. Put that to the side. All right, so we have our sign mount here. It's a good time now to disconnect the GPS cable. Also a good time to make sure that your receiver, you could stop logging on that so you don't have a loss of tracking while you're collecting data. Push that to the side. So this is a 6mm wrench, and we need to get inside here, and there's a little box screw that's in there. And so we want to push this into here. And there's also a standard size wrench that we can use. And we're going to this takes a few minutes. There we go. And so you can see here, here's our box screw, and that holds the antenna in the upper part of the sign mount plate to the lower part of the sign mount. Right? And now we need to remove the sign mount plate from the antenna. And to do that, we can take just a wrench here and loosen that nut right there. In order to protect the dome here and the element, I like to use the foam that the new antenna came in and just flip it in there and rest it so that it doesn't get damaged. And then next we'll take a crescent wrench and slide it onto the nut there, like so. Just get that loosened up, and that will just come right off, just like that. And then we want to make sure we don't lose this box here, and we'll just set that to the side. We'll take the old antenna, put that one out. We'll get our new antenna and basically reverse the process. So when we do this, when we're putting the sign mount plate onto a new antenna, we want to make sure that the north arrow aligns with the end connector here. Okay, so just line that up. And occasionally, if your plate is not lined up, the screw will stop there, and just make sure you realign it back there. Okay, and then use your wrench to tighten it down. Again, just hand tight. And then we put it back onto our plate here. So this is just for demo purposes, but when you attach the upper plate to the lower plate, you want to line up this little notch with this nipple here, like that. And again, because this is a demo, we want to be able to show that and have everything lined up. So you always want to make sure you have your north aligned to north, and that for processing purposes, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so now we have the new antenna attached to the upper side mount plate, and we're going to tighten down that box screw on the other side with our long-handled wrench here. Okay, and we want to get that mostly tightened down, but now we can take our leveler, and we want this to be as level as we can. We use this point here. There's 2 points here that we can adjust the level on. One with a 3/16 hex screw. So I'll put our level there. We can adjust that as needed, along with the other one that's over here. Because this is a demo, we don't need to fully level it, but I will describe that in another video. Basically, we want to get 3 orientations of level, on one here to make a triangle of sorts, and make sure that each plane is level. So, and torque as necessary, and then tighten, make sure it's tightened down, and double check your level again. And don't forget to replace the protective dome. And when you have the dome off, it's always good to inspect. Like this one has a crack here. These cracks can interfere with the signal. So we want to make sure that we have a new dome if there are any cracks. Don't forget to plug back in your LMR cable, your GPS cable, so that you can now track full GNSS satellites. There we go. Thanks.